Tom Ziglar here, CEO of Ziglar Inc., and I'm excited today. I'm here with Coach Hearne. Coach Hearne is a Ziglar Choose to Win coach. And not only that, he is a long term family friend of the Ziglars. In fact, Coach, I've had the honor of hearing you speak numerous times in our offices. And so I can't tell you how grateful I am that you are now a Ziegler Choose to Win coach. And, if you would just share, what is it about? Why did you become a Choose to Win coach?
That's easy, Tom. Yeah. When I've read your book, it really resonated with me because I coached Texas high school football for 25 years. And during that time, 10 of those years, I coached at Permian High School in Odessa, Texas, where from 1980 to 1989, we won more football games than any other team in the school in the state of Texas. We were named Team of the Decade, 3 state championships, and a national championship. But what we taught those young men are the same things that you write about in the book. And so that's why it resonated with me so much. The legacy, the knowing your why, the turning the bad habits into good habits and living a balanced life. Those are all those things that we tried to teach those young men because, coaching was not so much about winning games. It was about being good husbands and good men and good fathers. And those are the concepts that you write about in your Choose to Win book. And I think everyone needs to know those concepts to achieve those goals. And so that's why I'm a Choose to Win coach.
Coach, I love that. And, in the book Choose to Win, we talk about balanced success. We talk about you've got to identify your why, your purpose, what it is that you're really trying to achieve in life. And then you got to be successful in the 7 areas of life: the mental, the spiritual, the physical, the family, the financial, the personal, and the career. Is there one part of the Choose to Win coaching system that really stands out to you that really connects with what you're about?
Oh, yeah, that's easy. And you started out in the book from the very beginning. And that's why it hit me. It's legacy. Legacy is the most powerful thing that there was in the book because you put it very powerful. You said you have a choice. You can leave a legacy by chance or you can leave it by choice, but you're going to leave one. We're all going to leave a legacy. And to me, legacies are the most important thing about us. They say success is when you empower people to do great things with you. Significance comes when you empower people to do great things for you. But you leave a deep, long lasting legacy when you empower people to do great things without you. And that's what the Choose to Win concept is all about: empowering people to leave a positive, intentional legacy when you coach them and leave them. That was powerful.
So, Coach Hearn, I know that you have worked in your career with young up and coming superstar athletes. You've worked with educators and superintendents and school districts. You've worked with business leaders and people who are trying to make an impact in the commercial world. And you've also worked with men and women who just want to do better in life. And these principles apply to all. Is there a specific type of person or individual or group that you really, that gets your blood going more than anything that you love to work with?
Yes, and I'm old enough to have been to those seminars where your dad has spoken. And one of the things that resonated with me, and he said, you can get what you want if you help enough people get what they want. And that was just powerful for me. I'm looking for that client who wakes up every single day wanting to help someone get what they want. And because I have 2 very dear mentors who had that in mind for me. They were very set in helping me get what I wanted. It started out, I'm the middle child of 8 siblings. I grew up in poverty. Uh, my dad worked at a humble fuel station where he pumped gas, fixed flats, washed cars. My mom cleaned the house for a living. The clothes that we wore came from the homes that she cleaned, hand-me-downs. I remember my older brother and I, we would get up on Saturday mornings and scour the neighborhood alleys looking for cardboard to cut out to put in the soles of our shoes to keep the heat of the pavement out in the summer, to ward out when it rained and cold out in the winter, because our father couldn't pay for shoes on a regular basis. But when I got to junior high school, two men, two great men whose legacy I will emulate to this day, my 7th grade science teacher and my 7th grade football coach. My 7th grade science teacher, when I entered his class, 3 weeks later, he stood me in front of the class and announced that I was going to be his lab assistant. You know, Tom, I grew up in poverty. I had no idea what that meant. But what he did for me was that he asked me to come up on Saturdays. He gave me a brand spanking white lab coat to wear, similar to the one he wore. And he would take me on Saturdays. He showed me how to use a microscope. He showed me how to make slides. He showed me how to catch those insects and preserve them in those glass jars. He showed me how to dye. He showed me everything there was about doing lab experiments, and it saved my life. And then I would leave his class and go to football, my 7th grade football coach. And he did the same thing. He handpicked me for his team. And I became his starting running back on offense, cornerback on. He never took me off the field. But the most powerful thing about that experience was that he had these life impacting, transformational things he was saying. And I remember one day he came up, he put his hand on my shoulder, and he said to me, he said, Hearne, 6'4", he's a huge man. He looked down at me and he said, Hearne, walking around in those hand-me-down clothes with the holes in them, those shoes with the holes in them, son, that's not an indication of the man you're going to become. It's a journey, and you're going to make it through this journey. Just hearing that from two men that I now I respect and I try to emulate every day of my life. Those men helped me to understand that giving back, that waking up to give another person what they gave me, is the most important thing about our lives. So if I help someone get what they want, I'll eventually get what I want. And that's the best client that I could ever hope for, look for, are those people who wake up every single day looking to help someone else be successful.
Wow, I love that. Dad says you got to be before you can do, and you got to do before you can have. And your two mentors in 7th grade, they told you were enough,
Yes.
right? And the circumstances, the condition didn't matter because you were on a journey. And I know that there are people out there who are watching this right now, and you relate. You've had hardship in your life. Maybe you've had some setbacks. Maybe a career didn't go the way you wanted to, a relationship didn't turn out. And you're thinking, I need to speak with Coach Hearne. And there's an easy way to do that, but I've got even better news for you. Coach Hearne does a thing called a strategy session. And that is where you spend some time with him one-on-one on the phone or Zoom or whatever makes sense. And he's going to ask you some clarifying questions. And out of that, and the Choose to Win coaching and everything they offer, you'll find out if you're a fit. You'll find out if what's in your heart, the next step you need to take, if Coach Hearne is the one to help you with that. So, Coach, how do they reach out and connect with you to get set up with that complimentary strategy session?
Well, Tom, I've got 2 ways, if that's okay. The first way is through my website, and that is www.drnatehearne.com. And the second way is nate.hearne@madeupminds.org.
All right. Love that. And so once again, I'm Tom Ziglar. I'm the CEO of Ziglar Inc. And you can tell by my smile, uh, Coach, that I'm just so grateful you're part of the Ziglar team. I feel like I'm part of your team because I think I've been learning under you longer than it just a blessing. Is there anything you want to close out this time together today?
Sure. And like you said in the beginning, um, from the minute that I walked into the Ziegler office, I felt welcome. And now I think the most powerful thing about what's happening here, me becoming a choose to win coach, is about the relationship. And relationships are important. And I really do feel a part of the Ziegler family. And thank you so much for it.
Thank you, Coach. You guys watching this, make sure you reach out to Coach Hearne today. Take action. It'll change your life. We'll see you again next time.
Thank you.